Sassy stories. That's what we got. Sassy stories. Retelling what we forgot. So I'm currently in Berliner. And you know, it's been a long time since my first episode. And I've changed my hair. I had a bit of time out and I've come back with a couple of new ideas. And I hope that maybe you'll be willing to explore them with me. You know, it might take us a little while to warm up. It always does with these kind of things. But I'll have a lot of faith that we're going to be able to talk in a way that is still as open as ever. In previous episodes, I've talked about body hair. I've talked a little bit about boobs and nipples. Now I really want to talk about menstruation because I feel like for quite a while now it's been on people's radar and we want to talk a bit about blood, but we're still not fully comfortable about the actual look, maybe the smell, maybe the touch of our bodies and what we can produce, you know, with the actual blood. So I'm going to just show you a few things that I think will be quite good visual aids. Alrighty, so I'm on my 4th day of my cycle, and yesterday I decided to just let myself bleed free, not to put any like resistance on me. Resistance on me, I'm not sure what I meant by that. I think what I mean is like I decided not to use any sanitary products. I didn't use my moon cup, I didn't use any sanitary towels or a tampon. I just bled. And this is what my knickers look like, actually. Remember, this was yesterday, so it has lost a bit of its colour. Got a bit more brown, I'd say. It looks quite brown to me. Yeah. It actually doesn't smell it very much. Yeah, I can't smell that much. I think probably it smells a little bit more like discharge at the back, but no, it actually isn't too bad. Like, I was gonna lick it, but I'm not sure I need to do that. It's kind of crispy. It feels crispy. So yeah, that's day after of the knickers. Now this is my menstrual blood. Let's just zoom in a little bit on this. Alrighty, here we go. So this is blood that I collected in a cup on my 2nd day of my period, and I've just left it overnight and left for it to just kind of dry out, I guess. It looks quite cool to me. Again, let's have a sniff. No, not smelling anything. So, you know, maybe, let me just get this back in focus. Maybe there's something to be said about the fact that blood doesn't smell. I mean, that could be a conversation in itself. Yeah, so, you know, I feel like maybe if more women and men got used to the actual blood, we wouldn't want to hide it so much, and we wouldn't feel like it's something that we have to hide every month. Like, maybe I could leave these knickers around and it would be okay. The funny thing for me is that when I first started my period, aged 12 and a half, I think I was, I actually thought I had shat my pants, and I took off my knickers and I threw them in the bin. And then it happened again. And I was staying in a school where a woman was in charge of helping us with our sanitation and staying clean, and she came up to me and she was like, "Bethany, have you started your period?" And it was like the penny dropped. For some reason I just hadn't thought that this was blood. I thought it was poo. It doesn't smell like poo, as I've just proven. It doesn't smell like poo. But I think I don't know, I haven't quite understood whether that's had an impact on me with my cycle, but I think at least if I'm showing you what dry blood looks like on a pair of knickers, then more men and women will know what it looks like and maybe not be so scared of it and not treat it in the same way I did, which was to throw it away. And then immediately, when realizing it was my period, to stick a tampon up or wrap it in a sanitary towel and throw it in the bin. It's like, this is something that's coming out of my body, and in a way I think for your first ever period that would have been a nice thing to celebrate. Yeah, in other cultures they do celebrate it. One of my Mexican friends was saying when she started her period, she went home and everyone around her was having a party for her. You know, there was cake and celebrations. And another friend of mine who was from Brazil went out to the forest and they did a whole walk celebrating her step into womanhood. So I think we have a lot to learn from other countries and cultures. But for the time being, I mean, all I can do is wander around with my bloody knickers and keep putting my blood out there for the world to see, and maybe we can change the conversation. Who knows? Watch this space. This has been the Sassy Show with me, Honey B, and me, Bethany. Thank you for watching.